Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, after a long debate, it is rather tiresome for most members to hear again a long speech. I shall therefore confine my reply to the salient points which have been raised in the course of the debate. In the course of the debate, certain questions were asked. They require answer. There were certain opinions expressed as their own, as their interpretation. Then there was a general discussion, and then there was a tirade. So I will have to sort out my replies to each one of these things in an appropriate way and meet the points raised. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks for all the persons who have contributed to the debate. I am very happy that all members who participated in the debate had made a thorough study of the memorandum which the government submitted, the assessment made by the IMF staff, and have very carefully analyzed and compared the one with the other, and I want to thank them for drawing my attention to certain things for which my reply is needed. Sir, broadly, I will deal with the points which require explanation. The honorable member raised the points as to how this money is going to be used, and this seems to be worrying a large number of members. This loan is not a budgetary support. This is only an assistance to meet the foreign exchange deficit of the Government of India. This rupees 5,000 and odd crores will not be brought into budget at all. It cannot be spent on any of the things on which many members wanted it should be done. In fact, some people even thought that it should be distributed, being such a large amount. I have mentioned in the course of my introductory statement this morning that at the end of this year there would be deficit on current account of about rupees 3000 crores at the end of this year. If it continues for another year, then rupees 3500 and odd crores, which is now foreign exchange reserve in our possession, will be exhausted, and we will have no foreign exchange whatsoever to meet our essential obligation. And if at that time we want and try to borrow, I said, we will not be able to borrow. We shall have to go and beg. Today, we are in a position of strength with foreign exchange reserve of about rupees 3500 crores. We are raising this loan, and this loan cannot be used either for budgetary purposes, for defense purposes, or for internal administration or anything of the kind, but indirectly it will have on salutary effect. The foreign exchange which would otherwise have to meet from our own earnings could be used for better purposes, particularly for internal use. But this amount as such will be transferred to the Reserve Bank of India, and people who want the foreign exchange must pay in rupees to the Reserve Bank of India and request release of foreign exchange from the Reserve Bank of India. This is the modality of operation. The question was asked, is it necessary to have this large loan? What I have established is only a line of credit. I have not borrowed rupees 5,000 crores, but I have established a line of credit by which I would be entitled to borrow up to rupees 5,000 crores in the course of 3 years if I want. At the present moment, it appears that we may require it, but there are possibilities of our not being under pressure to use this money under certain circumstances. For instance, we may increase our oil production, and if we increase our oil production, then our import of oil will go down, and to that extent, we will not be requiring foreign exchange. The honorable member said, your refinery capacity is fully employed, so what will you do? What is usually done in internal oil business is you swap the crude for the product, and if we produce a larger quantity of crude in our country, we will be able to swap crude for the products with other countries, and we will be able to reduce a very large extent our import of oil and oil products. I am a believer of God, and God willing, it may be that if the prospects which we have in oil exploration, particularly in the Bombay High, in the Godavari Basin, and the Kaveri Basin, prove to be successful in the course of 7 or 8 years, it would be possible to reduce our dependence on imported oil to become more or less self sufficient. This is possible only when concerted effort is made by the state governments to achieve the targets laid down for production in the years to come. But in any event, we expected up to 2000, 70% of our requirements would be met by us, and rest will have to be imported.